This is tough still now for me. Uh, this was in 1986 January. We played in Doverland, and unfortunately, that's his last concert. And unfortunately, I had to play with him on that night. It was mind blowing. In the green room, I saw Nikhilda was just sitting in one corner like this. And I said, "What is this happening? Nikhilda is never like that." So I went to him and I said, "Nikhilda, are you alright? What is the problem?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm not feeling that well. I'm having some kind of breathing problem." I said to him, "I think you should not play tonight." But he did not agree. And so he came on the stage, and I knew that he's really struggling. He was telling me, "Yes, I'm fine," but I knew that he was not fine. There was lack of energy there. He couldn't focus. And then all of a sudden his string just broke. And it was very unusual to break that last string because it's thick. And so he looked at me. He said, "Boy, what happened? Third string broke?" He replaced his strings and then he started again. I saw that his face is getting red and he was really struggling. And at that point I said, "Nikhilda, stop it, stop it, stop it." And then I just banged on the tabla and took my hands away. And then he stopped.
My father passed away on 27 January 1986. That evening, he was supposed to throw a birthday party for my sister, and in the afternoon, he was talking to a person to arrange for the festivities that was to follow in the evening. And while he was talking, he suddenly sat down and touched his heart, saying he felt the pain. And by the time everybody reached him, he had already passed away.
I could not believe his death. Still, I somehow could not accepted it in my mind. Such a great musician and such a great human being. My father was very much hurt because they were planning many things. That he will come and settle down here, he will take care of his health, then they will start performing, he will teach at the school, they will do some recordings. My father was very much broken emotionally because he really loved him very much.
Somebody phoned me from Washington for the news. American Voice of America. They called me about 4 o'clock that, "Do you know that Nikhil passed away?" It was a shock for me. Like my son or my brother.
It was really a sad day in the history of Indian classical music when he expired, and I couldn't believe that he's no more. He was a mentor, not only to me, but to many of the artists.
It was a big loss that won't be filled. It's like a vacuum afterwards. Very rarely such musicians are born. In hundreds of years, one person is like that.
Nikhil's death came as a very profound shock, and I think made the times that we had with him seem far more precious. But I think it also inspired people to be sure to maintain his presence in our own immediate lives, and also to be sure that the world knew what a great artist this man was. It's an unfortunate reality of the kind of musician that Nikhil was, which was so introspective and not motivated by showmanship, that he's generally known to and appreciated by connoisseurs. His music just hasn't been heard as widely as it clearly deserves to be. When I give a recording of Nikhil's to somebody who is musically attentive, they inevitably get back to me and say, that was one of the most profound or beautiful performances I've ever heard. Who is this guy?
He gave us an exemplar, somebody that we could look up to, who had strength and power as a human being, not because of celebrity. It was because of his own musicianship. It was because of his own personality. Ultimately, I think that was the great sadness and loss that people felt when all of a sudden he was gone. He was not a larger-than-life personality. He was a human-scaled person who had this great gift.
On the map of international sitar playing now, one is amazed to see that there are such great numbers of people who have just listened to his recordings or heard him in concert and are trying to play like him. I think that will be a lasting legacy.
He was able to see the expanse, the depth and height of the thing called music. Nikhil's music was one of the most complete, haunting and enlightening music that I have ever come across.
Nikhil used to say that you should not be happy about your own music. I asked him, do you mean that you are not happy about your music? He said, no, not yet, because I have to learn more. I have to refine it more. I want to reach towards the goal, my goal. I want to see the end, but I know I cannot see the end. But at least I have to try.
Without music, he couldn't survive. He couldn't live. He had to perform or at least practice every day. Perhaps an artist like Nikhil never had that satisfaction. There is always a crave for achieving more. He said, no, I have to yet achieve more. That sort of crave was always in his mind.
One always wants to know, well, just how far can an artist go? How deep? What new wonders can they reveal? And I know that he would never have stopped inquiring about what his music could do. I think there are some artists who find a place that's comfortable and then don't feel compelled to go further. And he wasn't that kind of person. He would have gone further forever.
He played for so many people and give that pleasure to everybody's soul. That is also a great thing. They should love him everywhere. I miss him, still I miss him. And there is no replacement. And maybe he already born again somewhere. And young generation will get chance to meet him again in different way.